Rangers Sports Network, presented by Progressive. It is baseball time in Texas.
We take a look at Jacob deGrom, just not allowing a lot of base runners at all. Not a surprise with how good that guy is on the mound.
Somebody's got to go down there and put a cape on this man. Well, he gets the slider, strike 3 called. But you can't ask for any more than he's given you in this one.
He continues to show why he is one of the best pitchers in the world.
They know what they just witnessed, a special night for Jacob deGrom. Well, every night deGrom takes the mound, that is a real possibility that you'll see something quite special. How about those numbers at home in the division? A 1.97 ERA in this ballpark. As a Ranger, he has dominated opposing teams in the AL West in this ballpark. Well, tonight the opening game against the Angels of Anaheim in Rangers baseball, presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. The Angels on the struggle bus at 36-55. The Rangers at 500 and looking to get back above the even mark tonight. All right, welcome in everybody. Great to have you along with us tonight. I'm Dave Raymond with Mike Bassick, and we're set to go. Just 2 series now remaining before the All-Star break. These are kind of important games for this team at 500. Really nice way to start it with deGrom at home.
Yeah, good to be back with my partner here, Dave Raymond, and it's great to come back on a Jacob deGrom start. He has been very good at home. Our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game. 7 home starts so far this year. 4th in ERA in the American League. 2nd in both batting average against and whip. And then the K to base on ball ratio, 3rd best in the American League. 2 10 strikeout games. And as we look at what Jacob deGrom does on the mound, he has great pitches. We're going to concentrate on the slider, our StatCast powered by Google Cloud, as we look at the ball spinning out of the hand and the break that it has on it. He can go down and into lefties and then sometimes keep it down and away. He has great command on this pitch, throws it to lefties and righties very effectively. 21 strikeouts on the slider since June 1st, tied for 3rd in Major League Baseball. Let's have a good first inning, Jacob deGrom.
That's always a key with him. You know you're going to get a good 9th inning with Jacob Latz. How about the news this weekend? Jacob Latz, an all-star for the Rangers. We'll have more on that. He'll be in the spotlight with Laura Stickles, in fact, when we come back.
Group, Jacob Latz, AL Pitcher of the Month, so pretty awesome, so congratulations on that. And then the All-Star Games in Philly, so make sure you tell Shelton how many tickets you need because you're an All-Star.
I mean, thanks for whoever voted in here. Yeah, I mean, it feels good to represent this team. We're on a good run right now, so that's cool to be there, but let's keep it going here.
What a moment for Jacob Latz, his 10th season in professional baseball. He comes into spring training this year fighting for that 5th spot in the rotation, doesn't get it, but doesn't sulk, and instead he reinvents himself as one of the best closers in baseball. Jake said to be recognized as one of the best pitchers in the game is still something that's hard for him to wrap his mind around. But guys, as meaningful as this nomination is to Jacob Latz, he has been every bit as meaningful to this Rangers team. He's converted 18 of 20 save opportunities, 9 of those for multiple innings. And guys, right now, when they give the ball to Jacob Latz in the 8th or 9th inning, when they have a lead, they have a ton of confidence knowing that they are giving the ball to an all-star who has earned every bit of that nomination and opportunity.
Well, it was a big question in spring training, and I don't know if any Ranger fan said, I think Jacob Latz is going to be the closer and representing the Texas Rangers in the All-Star game this year. Now, the guy who has represented himself in a lot of all-star games, Jacob deGrom, our Sewell starting pitcher tonight. He has the 5th most strikeouts in the American League at 115, a 3.48 ERA. As we look at the arsenal, it's 4-seam slider, change and curve, and a very important inning for Jacob deGrom here.
Man, oh man, is that true or what. We'll get into that here in a moment. The first innings for DeGrom, and for that matter for the Rangers, have been so critical. Let's take a look at the Trajan Wealth lineup. He'll see, though, from the Angels. The Angels 36 and 55. They're 11 out in the West. Zach Neto will start it off at shortstop. Nolan Schanuel at first base. And then it's Denzer Guzman at third, batting third. Soler, Lowe, and Adele in the middle. Oswald Peraza at second. Meckler in left field. Logan O'Hoppe does the catching. Will bat ninth.
Rangers defense tonight, it's Osuna, Carter, and Nimmo in the outfield. Infield left to right, Duran, Lopez, Smith, and Berger, and Diaz doing the catching.
Okay, ready to go. We've got 6 games in 6 days, and then it's the All-Star break. Rangers at 500, 45 and 45 coming in. And so 6 days to maybe separate a little bit from that even mark. And there's a check swing and a miss by Zach Neto, and he smiles about it.
He was cheating fastball.
Yeah, he almost, it was like he swung the check swing. There's a swing and a miss as it's another breaking ball. That's the big curveball. 0-2, and that little head nod says, ooh, what about our scouting report?
Yeah, where's the fastball to challenge me?
Funny you should ask, Zach. Here's the 0-2, and it is a breaking ball. And Neto swings and misses. Curve again.
Well, 3 times DeGrom goes to off speed to start off the game. The breaking ball in the dirt, the breaking ball off the plate. And why not stick with success? Go with another one on the plate below the zone. Neto still looking for a fastball.
Yeah, well, curve, heavy start there. Schanuel, a left-handed hitter. He'll get a fastball. 98 miles per hour and right on the black. Strike one. Schanuel, 257 average, 6 home runs. And similarly placed, but a little bit outside. 1-1. Our plate umpire today, Chad Whitson, calling balls and strikes. And DeGrom's 1-1 pitch. It's a tad low. Well, you referenced it, Mike. You kind of teased it out there. The first inning for Jacob DeGrom, and that really is a critical time for him. Has an ERA of 9 in the first inning. That's off the plate. 3-1.
Wondering if he didn't like his landing there, or everything's okay. After that pitch, I just noticed him kind of moving around a little funky there.
Okay, don't love that. 3-1 pitch, and that one is on the corner. Ooh, and a challenge by Schanuel.
First challenging strike call.
So our first ABS challenge tonight. ABS challenges powered by T-Mobile, and that was a good challenge by Schanuel. Throws aside the bat, takes his walk.
Here's a couple pitches before, after throwing the ball here, and watch his reaction after this pitch. But I think everything's okay. At least the last pitch, you know, he looked fine throwing it, but.
Here's Guzman, and he'll take right on the outside corner for a strike. Guzman, a right-handed hitter, 253 average, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs. Yeah, that's just a little wide. This is one of those things too, though. I think when you watch DeGrom, you watch that ball-strike ratio. At least I'm drawn to it at the moment because he's normally all over the strike zone. He's dead even right now in 10 pitches. And now he's thrown more balls than strikes.
I'm wondering this, and I know Jacob DeGrom's a future Hall of Famer, still one of the best pitchers in the game today. But the way that they attacked him in LA earlier in the year, if he's just going to more nibble and see if they will chase.
Okay, so I get it. I think it's a good point. 2-1 pitch, that's fouled off. 2-2, because what you're talking about is Probably the roughest start he's had this year. 3 innings, allowed 6 runs on 6 hits, including a couple of homers, walked 3. Just 3 innings in LA. It was really bizarre. It's just one of those you don't expect to see. 2-2, and that's low. And there again is to your point. Now my question is, that's fine if you're talking Neto, Shanoel, Jorge Soler, but Guzman, Denzer Guzman, a 22-year-old rookie who he's never faced. I figured he'd just be on the attack against him. 3-2 pitch, and that's fouled back our way.
Here's sometimes you're thinking as a veteran pitcher against a young guy who has very little big league experience, a little in September last year and a little bit this year, is he's going to be overly aggressive with 2 strikes and chase. And he didn't, so then you saw DeGrom, I have to throw a strike here because he didn't chase on 2 and 2.
Oh, big payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. He strikes him out on the fastball. 99 from the veteran right-hander, his 2nd strikeout of the inning.
Well, great challenge pitch. 99 right down the middle. And Guzman can't catch up. Foul tip.
Ultimately did kind of go right after him. Yeah. Soler now the hitter. Jorge Soler, designated hitter tonight. And he swings and misses at the slider.
Soler was looking fastball and cheating for it.
All right, so when you see that,
I think he's going to attack just like he did Neto.
Yeah.
Until I'm going to throw breaking balls and see if he adjusts.
Shanoel off first. And that is low. So Soler lays off. And Soler is a guy who you can strike out. He has struck out 89 times already this year. Below average on base for him, 302. And that is just a little bit wide. Soler, dangerous hitter. Certainly know that over the years. He's 3 for 8 in his career against DeGrom as well. So he's had some success. He fouls that away. It's 2-2.
Well, it's going to be tough to have success if you're able to dot the down and away corner for a strike. Soler does have really good power, especially pull power. That is a tough pitch to pull for power.
Well, Jacob's 20th pitch of the inning. It's on the way, and there's a swing, and that is hit hard out to the alley in left center. That's down right off the base of the fence. Shanoel got a great start. They'll send him to the plate. He scores. And so the Angels get that first run of the night. A 2-out, 2-strike, run-scoring double from Jorge Soler, and it's 1-0 Angels.
Well, the Angels get a run in the first inning off Jacob DeGrom. 4-seam fastball, belt high. 111 crushed off of the bat. I'm assuming DeGrom wanted that ball another 6 inches to a foot higher.
So Josh Lowe now, and he takes a strike. Another left-handed hitter. Well, the first inning struggles for DeGrom, if you can say that, and I think he can with the ERA of 9 in the first inning. They pop up again. This one in the dirt. Soler heads for third, and he's in there ahead of the throw. Good hustle by Diaz to track that down quickly, but that is a wild pitch.
Boy, Diaz. This was a scary throw. When I saw Diaz throw this, I was like, oh no, don't throw this. He does everything he can to block it, but man, this is like a shortstop throwing the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you. When you see a guy doing that, your gut reaction is, oh no, that's headed down the left field line. Soler at third, the 1-1, and that's in the air left field. charging in quickly. Osuna went into a dive, couldn't get it. Lowe's bloop single makes it 2-0 Angels in the first.
Well, this one not hit close to 111, hit 71. Osuna does everything he can, and unfortunately it falls in. And boy, the first inning for the Angels against the Rangers and against DeGrom has gone their way again.
It's crazy. You never anticipated as Adele takes a strike. It's an Angels team. They've lost 6 in a row. They have the worst record in baseball. And they head out onto this road trip, and here's their first-year manager, Kurt Suzuki. His general manager, the man who hired him, has already been let go. Bouncer back to the mound. DeGrom tosses over to first on the 25th pitch of the inning. Angels get a couple of early runs, so they have the lead. But the Rangers are just now coming to bat. Jock Peterson, the DH, will lead it off. Josh Smith and Jake Berger coming up as well when we return. This year, when a Rangers home run clears 420 feet, you score free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com to unlock the offer. And along those lines,
thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I like to keep you up to date. Along those lines, the Trajan Wealth lineup for the Rangers. Jock Peterson leading it off as the DH. Josh Smith and Jake Berger right after him. It's Nemo, Duran, and Carter in the middle of the order. Osuna and left, Diaz catching. Nicky Lopez, a shortstop, bats ninth.
Jose Soriano on the mound for the Angels, 27-year-old, 3.42 ERA. Got off to a great start this year. The Rangers want to get him in the zone. He can get wild. 49 walks in those 100 innings. 2-seam, curve, 4-seam, splitter, slider. The fastballs are the ones that can give him issues.
All right, his first offering to Jock Peterson, and that one is right in there for a strike. Peterson, 242 average, 14 home runs, 31 RBIs. And he goes after the next pitch and lifts that into the air, center field. Gonna hang up a little bit out there. And Lowe makes the catch, one away.
Well, the rest of the Angels defense, you see Lowe in center field. You have Meckler in left and Adele in right. In the infield, left to right, is Guzman, Neto, Peraza, and Shawnuel, and Logan O'Hoppe doing the catching tonight.
Okay, one out. Here's Josh Smith, left-handed hitter, and he shows bunt for a moment and lays off the curveball, but it's in there for a strike. Smith with the start at second base this evening, 230 average with a home run and 8 RBIs. Had a triple in Sunday's finale against Detroit. And since being recalled from Round Rock almost a week ago, has gone 4 for 12, bounces it up the middle. Neto is there, and he throws to first in time, 2 away.
Our TXU Energy Power Stats as Jake Berger comes to the plate on Sunday. He went deep and went very deep, 447 feet as you look at the longest home runs this season for the Rangers. That is the longest, beating Brandon Nimmo at 435 and Langford at 430. First fastball of the game for Soriano there.
And he got a ground ball. Uh-oh. Well, that was a breaking ball that time, and it hit Berger, so the Rangers have their first base runner.
He can be wild.
Yeah, man, he had zero intent of doing that.
It's like after he released it, he already looked down at the ground like, dang it.
What am I doing?
2 quick outs, and then I just give a free base runner. Well, let's take advantage, Rangers.
Yeah, well, third time this year that Berger's been hit. He is over there now for Brandon Nimmo. And the first pitch to him is taken low for a ball. Well, the Angels got 2 runs in the top of the first inning off DeGrom. And the Rangers had the first inning, oftentimes a very telling inning. There's a strike, 1-1. There's so many different ways to look at it from the Rangers end of it, but scoring first usually terribly important. Getting going in the first inning, a real indicator a lot of times as well. A little bouncer this time to second, and Nimmo is thrown out. A 9-pitch first inning for Jose Soriano. So he gets off to a nice start, and the Angels have an early 2-0 lead.
Would like to have back, and a couple of them are trending in that direction. One being Wyatt Langford, who's coming back from that hamstring strain. Skip said he's actually progressing faster than they thought. The original timeline for his return was after the All-Star break, but it does seem at this point, guys, like there could be a chance that it's before. And then also Josh Young out of the lineup for a second straight game after fouling that ball off his knee during that Detroit series, but he says he's feeling way better, and Skip says there's a possibility he could play today.
All right, well, Young looked a little bit lighter with the new haircut. A little.
Yeah, it's that summer haircut right there.
Yeah.
That way you go to the pool, you get out, you don't have to worry about anything.
Dave, you've been thinking about shaving your head.
Yeah. Go back to the good old days in the youth. Check swing did not go. 1-2. Would that make me younger? Maybe. Take some of that hair off, and I can be a kid, head down to the pool, get on my skateboard, and just hang out with all the.
I'd dye it dark black.
Oh boy. Bouncer shortstop. And that'll be a routine play for Nicky Lopez. Oswald Peraza thrown out, 1 away. Now here comes Wade Meckler. Angels left fielder, 283 average. Sporting his summer mustache.
He was dropped in from 1985.
Yeah, he sure did. Yep, fresh off an episode of Chips. Well, hits that ball hard, high in the air out to left field. Osuna's back there though, and he will make the catch. So 2 away. Logan O'Hoppe will be the next batter, but not 1 second before we slide over for Academy Sports and Outdoors. You heard me, Logan. Here's O'Hoppe with a 228 average. And he'll take outside. 4 homers this year, 23 RBIs. This one lined out to left to Osuna. So that's so amazing the way DeGrom works. The first inning continues to be a little bit of a bugaboo. An 8-pitch second inning for the Rangers. Rangers baseball on RSN is presented by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Visit progressive.com. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. At Globe Life Field, that roof is shut. And it is 74 air-conditioned degrees inside here tonight. 90 degrees outside, quite honestly. Mild weather as Ezekiel Duran leads off the second inning. And Soriano's a little bit off the plate. Oh, no, it's just a strike. Yeah, 90 degrees out there.
Man, I don't believe it.
Right?
I think it's 99. I was at a high school baseball game today at Denton Geyer. It did not feel anywhere. I got in my car, it said 94 at 1:30. I was like, 114 maybe. The
heat makes you a little delirious. You start arguing with the car. That's outside. but Duran offered at it. 1-2 the count.
Well, it tells you that
94 car.
Yeah, so
Were you driving Kit?
you're wrong.
Speaking of 1980s television series.
You are wrong.
Duran in the air to center field, and that'll be handled by Lowe. One away. So, Mike, the Home Depot working on a win. Here comes Evan Carter. Last 5 games, boys, some good indications. That average up over 350 during that stretch. More importantly, a little bit of power in there. The OPS over 1,000. Just getting on base with some regularity, driving the ball a little bit. But the Rangers need to get going. And he takes a backdoor curveball for a strike.
Yeah, he's too good of a hitter to have a 187 average. That should come up in the second half.
It's outside. 1-1. Well, his job most days is handle right-handed pitching. He takes low. His struggles with lefties, well documented. The Rangers do their best to limit his exposure to lefties. So much of his value, though, is just being in the lineup and out there defensively in center field, where he's as good as there is, really. 3-1, but they've got to get a little more production from the bat, too. He has shown power. That's low. Ball 4, so he takes first base. Now, here's the other thing he offers you: speed. 10 steals and 10 tries. So even taking those walks can be a big lift.
And Skip Schumacher talked about there is the possibility to run on Soriano. He does have a longer motion. It's a little bit slower to the plate. We'll see how quick he is here.
Well, he's upstairs with ball 1 to Alejandro Osuna. 2-0, Angels on top. Very early in the game, though. Oh, boy, that's way inside.
Soriano can lose it, where you can see him walk 3 guys in a row in a game. This is the knuckle curve that he just pulls almost into Osuna's back foot.
Two-0 pitch, and that's right at the top of the zone. Osuna was turning away from it, but that was a good pitch. Alejandro, 250 average, 15 RBIs. He fights, though, man. He just gets on base. And he watches the ball. It's 3-1. So it really is one of these matchups that you figure could be key tonight. A guy who has some command issues at times with a guy who will work an at bat. Maybe Osuna can get on, keep the line moving a little bit. He takes inside. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And that's now legitimate pressure you're putting on a guy.
And both guys, Carter and Osuna, younger players, but very good eyes at the plate. They will not chase. And now Soriano gets the visit from Ohapi because he's put himself into a tough situation. Hopefully the Rangers can take advantage of it. And for Diaz, he can make that zone a little bit smaller right now, knowing that Soriano is not executing 8 out of his last 10 pitches.
How about that number at the bottom of the screen there for Elias? 841 OPS in the last 8 games. He's been driving the ball.
Yeah,
great spot here.
Great pickup. Looking for one spot, one pitch, one location.
Soriano with a long hold, and he misses in. Pretty good numbers with runners in scoring position. The Rangers were 6 for 15 in that last series with Detroit with runners in scoring position. 1-1 now on Diaz. Soriano was a heck of a story early on for the Angels. First 6 starts of the year, went 5-0 with a 0.24 ERA. He was just absolutely dominant. And then reality just kind of smacked him in the face. His last 11 games, ERA up near 5.5. And he's given up home runs this year at a little more aggressive clip than he has in the past. He's such a good ground ball pitcher. That's how he's thrived at times, and that's what Elias Diaz has to avoid here. 1-2 the count. And he hits it on the ground, but in no man's land. Neto charging, throws to first. That's the only play he had, and he gets Diaz. 2 away.
Well, Neto's a very good shortstop. And with Diaz running, he does have a little bit of extra time, charges this ball well, only play it first. He makes a nice accurate throw on the run. I know he's on the opposite team, but I do like watching Neto play baseball.
No, he's the one guy I think a lot of people really focus on when they see the Angels. He is good. Although, that said, he's having an unusually tough year defensively. Nicky Lopez now, though, let's focus on that because he has a chance here with a soft single to tie the game. And he bounces that through the left side base hit. A run is in. Around third base, Osuna. Here comes a throw. Not in time. And Nicky Lopez has tied it up. Over and over again, Nicky has come through.
Diaz moves him over. Lopez gets him in. Four-seam fastball on the outside of the plate. Lopez goes with the pitch. What a great season he's having for the Rangers. And the Rangers make the Angels pay with the walks. Great job.
Big 2-run single, and then when he pulled up at second base, Lopez kind of leaned back with his hands on his hips as if something was bothering him in his back. And now a short visit out there. Matt Lucero and Skip Schumacher were out there to check on him. I don't know exactly what it was. So there was, oh, that's what it was. That's no fun. An old banana in the tailpipe trick.
Chapstick on there, huh?
Yeah. Here's a swing and a high drive to right. That's going to take Adele back near the wall, and he makes the catch. Boy, Jack Peterson just missed. Rangers, though, get the 2 runs back. Nicky Lopez with 2 men in scoring position, 2 outs. He wasted no time. Flashed it out into left field, and he ties the game at 2 in the second. Nicky Lopez, great piece of hitting. Pokes one through into left field. Ties this game. 2-2 our score. So a new ball game with Jacob deGrom out on the mound. Top of the order coming here for the Angels. Zach Neto struck out in the first inning. A lot of off speed. In fact, exclusively off speed.
Let's see if sticks with it.
Well, a hard slider. Ball 1 to Neto.
Neto made the adjustment and didn't chase first pitch.
See the numbers there for the Angels shortstop. 19 home runs, along with 45 RBIs. Does a pretty good job getting on base. Now, the one thing if you were going to be critical of Neto's offensive game, you might pick out the strikeouts. That's outside. They've struck out 127 times now this year. But he continues to be productive, and he's really good defensively. He'll take outside. 3-1. We open the broadcast showing you an ERA number for Jacob in this ballpark against division opponents. It's 195 as a Ranger against American League West here at home. So you would see that number and you'd say, yeah, that's the guy you want out there. He's so good in division here at this ballpark, etc. The problem is stats are funny.
Because there's this team.
There is also, yeah, what the Angels do against them. Now they're a division team, but it's like they're not playing by the same rules. Because for whatever reason, DeGrom 1-3 against the Angels, a 5.22 ERA, and that's over 6 starts against them. This ball's hit sharply foul. 0-2. How do you make any sense of that?
I'm not trying to pick on your stats, but if you go off the last 2 years, because that one win, pretty sure well, it might have been on the Rangers when he first started, but the last 2 years he's 0-3 with a 7.85 ERA.
Okay.
So if you just look at specifically kind of this Angels team, which on paper is okay, but not one of the best offensive teams, really gets to him.
0-2, and that is low.
After pitches, DeGrom kind of keeps doing this kind of hop thing after he throws. And I'm just wondering if there's something when he lands here and then he finishes and he looks down at his landing spot.
There's a swing and a miss, and he strikes out Shadowell. Third strikeout today for DeGrom.
Well, he goes with the heater up out of the zone and gets the chase. Look at our Ford leaderboard, and Jacob DeGrom with the strikeouts per 9 this year. 4th overall in Major League Baseball, the only American League guy on the board.
Guzman, you saw, struck out in the first inning. It's just down to third, and that one is picked up by Duran, is so to first. Well, it's in time, at least for the moment. I don't know. Guzman was moving down the line, and Suzuki says, yeah, we want to challenge it. Not sure there if Duran was thinking there might be a chance at a double play.
He did. He looked at second first, and this hesitation we'll see on replay where he goes to second, then pump fakes.
Los Angeles is challenging the out call at first base.
Safe. Tough to see when the ball hit the glove there, but he's safe.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid that he is going to be safe, and Bill Miller will let us know. He's our crew chief.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Los Angeles will retain their challenge.
You know, there's small things in a game that can make big differences, and Zach Neto running as hard as he can to second base there made Duran rethink about where to throw it, and then Guzman running as hard as he could right out of the box beats out a routine ground ball.
Okay, so a little traffic here for the Angels, and Soler, the batter, he will take strike one. Soler had that scorching double in the first inning, 111 miles per hour off the bat. Drove in the first run of the game. He would score the second run of the game a little later in the inning when Lowe hit him in. No real chance to get Neto on that play. So DeGrom, he's allowed 3 hits, counting that last infield hit. That's a little bit up, 1-1.
I do like that pitch a lot for a guy who got good extension on a fastball up out over the plate for a double. To throw that ball in on the hand sets up a better slider here. Yep. This is throwing at the hands to then get the swing and the miss on the second pitch. This was intentional. It was not meant to be a strike. It was meant to back Soler off the plate, so he did not swing aggressively at that slider.
1-2, and here we'll have another challenge.
The catcher's challenging the ball call.
Elias Diaz saw that one on the corner. It was called a ball. Let's see if Diaz can get a strikeout for his pitcher. He does. 4th strikeout for DeGrom as Diaz uses ABS to the Rangers' advantage.
Well, if you want to see the exact perfect spot to throw a slider down and away to a righty, that is it. And great challenge by Diaz, because not much of that ball touched the zone.
But he knew it, man. I mean, he went at that challenge with confidence. Great spot too. Also, you know what I mean? There's just great awareness of the moment. So that is a big second out. Remove Soler from the equation for the inning. Neto's at second, Guzman at first. Here is Josh Lowe. And he will take outside. Lowe, of course, the younger brother of Nathaniel Lowe, our old buddy. First baseman for that world champion 2023 Rangers team. Josh had an RBI single in the first inning. Comes up empty here, 1-1.
Neto's doing a lot of dancing out there at second base.
Yeah, trying as much as possible to be a distraction. Mentioned a little earlier that Neto this year has had a kind of a tough year defensively. 14 errors already this year for a guy who is really highly skilled, very good at shortstop. Also on the bases he's had trouble. 11 steals. He's been caught 8 times. So there's a lot going on with him, it seems, in some of the maybe the less heralded or observed statistical departments, right? You don't always call up a guy's numbers in terms of errors or caught stealings, but those things haven't gone well. So some of the little things catching up to him this year.
Maybe feels a little bit more responsibility this year.
Probably. Bouncer right side. High hop for Smith. Easy play to first. They get low. Inning is over. 2 more strikeouts for DeGrom.
Great job from DeGrom getting out of a first and second situation. He gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. The first one on Shonowell on the fastball. The last one, the slider taken by Soler.
This is All-Star bound, and yes, you can help send another Ranger to Philadelphia too. This is ball girl Jaslyn Crowder. She's one of 3 finalists to represent the American League at the 2026 All-Star Game. So scan this QR code right now, guys, and help get her to Philly, because I've gotten to watch her do her job the last couple seasons, and she is so good. She was a middle infielder at Louisiana Tech, Conference USA's Player of the Year in 2019. So vote as many times as you can between now and 11 p.m. Central tonight. Jaslyn, I talked to her today. She said she's never been to an All-Star game before, and it would be surreal for her to be around the best players in the game. And as one of the best ball girls in the game, she deserves to be there, right there with them.
Hopefully Ranger fans scan the QR code and get voting.
Got a little time left. Smith, Berger, and Nimmo in this third inning. 2-2 game, and Soriano delivers. That's on the ground right side. Boy, he, like usual, getting a lot of ground balls. Peraza throws out Smith, one away. Comes Berger. It's 4 ground ball outs early on here for Soriano. Gets like 53% ground balls. And he's off the plate here to Berger. Last time hit him on a pitch that far in.
It'll be interesting to maybe track. He has 3 free passes, 1 hit by pitch, 2 walks, and 4 ground balls. Like kind of a Ranger goal, I would say, is to have more free passes than ground ball outs against this guy.
Well, yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, I do think, because those are both things that they're focused on today. One, making sure that they're aggressive in the zone, but they don't chase, because Soriano has a tendency to walk guys. And then the other is keep the ball off the ground, because that's what he's trying to do. It's the 6th time he's started against the Rangers in his career. That's low. 3-1. We missed him though first time through, right? When we went to Anaheim, I don't think he threw in that series, which at the time felt like maybe a little bit of a gift. Ooh, that's a called strike right at the bottom of the strike zone.
Very close.
And that's one the guy could have challenged. The payoff on the way, and a pop-up back behind the plate. O'Hoppe looking for it, but he has no play on that. It stays 3-2. Yeah, when we went through Anaheim earlier this year, Soriano, I'd mentioned earlier that incredible start that he had to the season. 5-0 and ERA less than a half run. So we're like, okay, well, dodged that bullet. But the Rangers were swept in that series. Broken bat, soft liner to second, and Peraza makes the play. 2 gone.
I think he might have broke the 2 bats he's faced in this inning. I think Smith broke his. That didn't sound good either on contact.
No, I saw something fly off.
Yep, there's actually a piece they need to pick up that's down the third baseline.
It's kind of sitting there. There it is. So now Nimmo, and he takes off the plate. Rangers have 1 hit, but it was good enough to get a couple of runners across the plate. Soriano, close miss on that one. 2-0. Before the ball game, Skip Schumacher was asked about the Rangers' oddity this year, that they have a winning record against teams with a better than 500 record. They struggle against teams with losing records, and this very much one of those teams. There's a strike, and he, offered as an explanation, as much as he could come up with one, that sometimes it's when you play teams, right? I mean, you play a bad team when they're hot. There's a swing and a miss. Nimmo strikes out. Sometimes timing, heck, pretty much all the times, timing is everything. Rangers 1 hit, got him 2 runs tonight. Well timed. Jacob deGrom heading to the 4th inning in a 2-2 game.
This weekend, and if you purchase a specialty night ticket to Saturday's game, you will receive an Ezekiel Duran The Solution t-shirt. Purchase your specialty night ticket at Rangers.com and look like the manager every day. Skip Schumacher.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many of those shirts that he has, or is it just one?
Well, yeah, and the thing is, they might be supplying that giveaway right from Skip Schumacher's personal supply, because he does wear it pretty much every day. There's a strike. 0-2 to Adele. Yeah, there it is, right? I mean, pregame interview. He's always in that shirt. It's a great one. I will be first in line for that. When they trotted that thing out the first time, I thought that's an awesome shirt, and there's no one Zeke and all. I want to be a part of all that. Outside, 1-2.
One of the best teammates, most positive guys that we've been around in 3 years.
I mean, he's a classic heart and hustle kind of guy. 1-2 pitch, and that's off to the right side. Foul.
Well, guys, it's not just Skip, though. When you look around the field during BP, everybody is wearing them. I would say 3/4 of the guys have on a Solution t-shirt. It's pretty impressive. I think they must wash them every day.
Yeah, I think you get the uniform cycle, with the pants cycle, and then you got the Solution cycle. And this one bounced to the right field by Adele, and he is on to start the 4th inning.
Well, Dave, maybe Saturday is the specialty night ticket at Rangers.com. What if Saturday for the broadcast we both wear Solution t-shirts?
Oh, there you go.
Huh?
Why not?
You ever done a game in a t-shirt?
I haven't.
We'll pull it over our collared shirt. Make sure to take our collars outside.
Sure, that's a good look.
Just like when guys get their jersey.
Peraza up the middle. That could be 2. Smith to the bag. 1 on to first in time. Double play. 4 unassisted to 3. Twin killing. Those always help. That's right, 2. Kid knows it.
2 for 1. Right up the middle. 2 hops. Smith does it on his own, nice and easy. Luckily that didn't hit the base. It was close.
That's right, buddy.
2 down.
2 outs. I like that. That's a good teammate right there, that kid. Meckler will take just a little bit low, and Elias Diaz wanted to challenge that, and the second he challenged that, you'd see his head turn sideways. I think he regrets that. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Let's see. Yeah, just missed. So the Rangers lose a challenge. Now have only 1 yellow light. It's a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Does that mean go faster?
Yep.
Hurry up.
Gas pedal down. 2 outs, nobody on here for Meckler, who flew out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. I'll watch one upstairs. DeGrom evens the count at 2-2 now on Meckler. He's like that curveball tonight.
It's been an effective pitch. It's that one pitch to Adele that he wanted to elevate higher than where he got. That's the one where it was hit very hard. Other base hits, but not crushed.
2-2, and with a fastball there, but missed badly. And that really efficient 2nd inning helped get him back on track. But this is his 5th 3-ball count of the night. And he strikes out Meckler with it. Goes with a curveball again, picks up his 5th strikeout of the night. Well, scoreless top of the 4th. Well, the bottom of the 4th will begin with the Solution. Ezekiel Duran leading it off when we come back.
Firestone Complete Auto Care. There's the dirt cam ready to go. Cleaning off home plate. Nobody knows it's there.
Nope. It's a very well kept secret. Bottom of the fourth inning, tie game, and it'll be Duran, Carter, and Osuna. Same as the Rangers sent in the second inning. Hard bouncer shortstop. Neto throws out Duran, one away. Gives us time here for Baylor Scott and White Health.
Oh. I think of you, Dave, after those commercials now.
Why? I don't trip and fall.
Well, you have accidents at home.
Well, there's called strike to Evan Carter. Don't they say that something like no, this is auto accidents. That one is on the corner. That, like, I don't know, 70%, some absurd percentage of auto accidents happen like within 1 mile of your home. You ever hear that?
No.
Yeah, it's apparently a fact, which is obvious indication you should probably move.
Okay.
Right? If that's the case, that's down low, 1 and 2. Yeah, but accidents aren't going to happen at home. That's where you are, and that's where mine happen. No big deal. Trip and fall though. 1-2, and Carter strikes out swinging. All right, 2 away. So far, the Soriano we're seeing tonight looks a lot more like the guy who started the year for the Angels.
Yeah, after the 2 walks, he's settled in pretty nicely.
And the 1 hit, right? He's allowed the 1 hit. And it was a ground ball to third. Really, a ball. Guzman could have made a play on it. There's the first pitch strike, and Osuna in a hole 0-1. Denzer Guzman, 22-year-old rookie. Soriano a little low there, 1-1. First of 3 with the Angels. Rangers will then have Houston for 3 over the weekend. And then it's the All-Star break. One and 2 the count. Now, once you get to the All-Star break, it's a very, very quick ride downhill to that trade deadline, August 3rd this year. Little bouncer, opposite side of the infield. Guzman over, and he throws out Osuna. And then a 9-pitch inning for Soriano. So he is cruising now, retired 7 in a row. Steamy night outside, a 2-2 ball game here indoors.
You mentioned it as we were going to break last inning. He's throwing his curveball more tonight. He's throwing 9 out of 65 pitches. He has 2 strikeouts on it. The first one to Neto to start the game. His last strikeout to Meckler to end the 4th inning. He's throwing that curveball at 13.8% tonight. For the season, he throws that at 5.8%. 4 swings and misses tonight on it.
First pitch swinging here, and Hoppy turns it foul. So that's what great pitchers do, right? He's trying to find an answer to a kind of confounding question, which is what in the world is going on with the Angels, and why do they seem to have, I guess, unusual success against DeGrom when other teams do not? And so today his answer is, well, let's see, maybe the curveball could make a difference.
Yeah, you'd have to go back and see, recently the start in LA and last year, how many of the hits are coming off the fastball like that.
Yeah, that one smashed into left field. Well, Hoppy is aboard to begin the 5th inning.
And maybe this is just a team that hunts the fastball against DeGrom, and that ball is up. But when you want it up, you want it a little bit higher. That was kind of belly button high, and you want to get it more towards the letters of the jersey, if you're wondering what letters I'm talking about.
Well, what letters are there?
There's plenty of letters on your screen.
Well, okay, but those are, you can see those on the field. Ding dong.
They said be specific.
No, you're right. That's good. That is kind of what's made you a professional that you are. It's outside, 1-1. Those letters, those are the ones you're talking.
Yes.
Okay.
And if they stay around the belt, they can hit that ball pretty hard.
1-1. There's a strike. Neto has struck out and walked today. Tuesday night, opening game of this series. Rangers had yesterday off. And a swing and a miss. Boy, he had Neto. Maybe got a piece of that. He did. Had him way out in front of the curveball again.
Well, this has worked out well, and unfortunately just barely tips the ball at the end of the bat.
All right, 1-2. Check swing. Nope. He went around. That's a strikeout. Second time Neto's punched out today.
And he goes again with the curveball. And we have something on Neto, as Neto has had plenty of success against DeGrom in his career. But the curveball has been the answer for DeGrom tonight.
It's his 12th swing and miss tonight. Shonowell takes outside for a ball. Shonowell struck out in the 3rd inning. And he is walked. He's in there for a strike.
Tonight, Dave, the 5 hits for the Angels, 4 on fastballs and 1 on a slider.
Yeah, so you made me curious, and I went to look to see. I don't know. Maybe the Angels are just, like you say, really good fastball hitting team. Just hunt fastballs. Well, on a year they're hitting .252 against the fastball, 22nd in baseball, just ahead of the Rangers, who hit .248 against the fastball this year. And by fastball, I'm including the 4-seamer and 2-seamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight too.
2-1, fouled away. So let's see what they are against the slider and the curve. Rangers, by the way, 7th in baseball against those 2 pitches. Angels 17th, which is .222 against those breaking balls. So I don't know. Maybe that's the idea. 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. He got him on the fastball. Another strikeout, 7th of the night for Jacob.
Well, that has got Shonowell twice now, back-to-back at bats. He goes with the fastball up and gets him for the 2nd time. That one does stay in the zone, but blows it past Shonowell.
Stays 2-2. Hoppy's still at first. Here is Guzman, and he fouls that away.
Dave, I looked up on 5/22, May 22nd, DeGrom against the Angels. on his hits, 2 on the fastball, 3 on the slider, 1 on the changeup.
Okay,
so that's not the issue.
Yeah, hard to take anything from that.
Yeah.
Strike pitch, and that's bounced third base. Duran this time knows exactly where to go with it. Throws out Guzman, and the inning is done. So works around a leadoff single.
Well, DeGrom pretty consistent after the first inning, has been outstanding. Gets the check swing strikeout on Neto, and then goes with the heater against Shonwell. Another 0 on the board for DeGrom.
Still 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning tonight here at Globe Life Field. Jacob DeGrom chatting with his manager after that 5th inning. Now 80 pitches into the night. He got a greeting when he came down the steps into the dugout from Schumacher that would lead one to believe that he's done. And Cole Winn has picked up a baseball throwing out on the Rangers bullpen, so maybe DeGrom is finished.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Only 80 pitches. Yeah, that looks like a night over.
Well, could be that, well, more than likely, whatever was discussed maybe a little before the ball game, right? Whatever. If the idea is, hey, just give us 5. Who knows? Very good after that first inning, though. Elias Diaz leading off this 5th inning and fouls away a strike, 1-1. Diaz grounded out in the second. He's 0 for 1. And that is off the plate. And he did hold up 2-1. Mentioned the Rangers had yesterday off to accommodate World Cup soccer. Another big game yesterday. Fouled back, a knockout game yesterday just across the street. And of course, very busy down in this area in Arlington. Tonight's game feels a little bit like a soccer match. 2-2 and nobody really attacking the goal. Having a hard time just getting it past midfield.
Sometimes if you kick it to the goalie, he forgets to kick the ball. Or his foot gets stuck in the ground.
So I know what you're talking about last night. U.S. and that play where it looked like he was trying to kick the ball, but he kicked about 2 feet behind the ball. 2-2, and that's off the plate, full count. My immediate thought on that was he hit it fat. I mean, it was like, it's just, I thought of golf. I just thought, like, oh, that happens, right? Sometimes you just, something's off and you hit the ground. 3-2 bounced foul. Hit the big ball before the little ball, as they say.
Yeah.
Unfortunate last night for Team USA.
It happens.
Well,
every 3 years.
Pretty much every 4 years.
4 years. I don't know if it was like the World Baseball.
Yeah, do that World Cup every 3 years. 3-2, and that's hit sharply out into left field. Base hit for Elias Diaz. Okay, get that ball across midfield.
We are Coors Banquet, start your legacy. Nicky Lopez in the second inning with 2 guys on, 2 outs, shoots the ball past Guzman at third and gets a 2 RBI single and ties the game up at 2. Since May 27th, a pretty darn good player.
Yeah, just so productive here at home. He shows bunt and holds off on ball 1. Has enjoyed incredible success both in a Rangers uniform, but in particular here in this ballpark. Rangers have the leadoff man for the first time tonight. And Lopez watches outside. 2-0. Well, they continue to crash on the corners. Guzman at third. Shonowell at first. And we'll see if Nicky tries it again, trying to get Diaz to second. And he does bunt. First base side. Shonowell has it. Throws to first. And the sacrifice is good. So Diaz out to second base. The Rangers have a man in scoring position.
Well, Nicky Lopez does the job asked of him, and he puts down a perfect sacrifice bunt. Runner on first, you're trying to move him to second. You bunt the ball to first base. Runner on second, you're trying to move him to third. You bunt the ball to third base. Those are the rules of bunting.
Well done. Diaz now out there at second base for Peterson. Jock has made contact both times up and sent the ball deep into the outfield, but nothing to show for it yet. Now, for those who are really into the numbers, they might tell you, and they're right, that your run expectancy for the inning, the odds of you scoring runs this inning, don't really improve by you bunting a man to second base. You get a man at first, you give up an out to get a man to second. You don't really improve your percentages of getting a run in. But the problem is with that sometimes is you have to consider the context. With this guy out there on the mound, what you're trying to avoid is a double play in that spot. There's a bouncer up the middle. Neto is on top of it, and he throws out Peterson. 2 away, and now Diaz is at third.
Well, that would have been a double play. Now, you don't know exactly what pitch would have been thrown and all kinds of stuff, but this would have been a double play ball.
Got sawed off on that one. My goodness. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what you're trying to avoid there. And so sometimes the bunt against certainly this type of a pitcher, I think, does make sense in that spot a moment ago there for Nicky Lopez. 70th pitch of the night for Soriano, and he manages to bend that one in there for a strike on Smitty.
I feel like he's gone to that knuckle curve a lot if he's fallen behind in the count to get back into a 2-0 count or a 1-0 count.
Especially against lefties, right? I mean, he backdoors that thing. There's a swing at a ground ball right side of the infield, and a great job by Peraza, who was shaded that way, comes up with a ball, and may well have just saved a run. They get Smith. The inning is done. Rangers leave a man at third. It's still 2-2.
And a look at DeGrom's strikeouts from tonight. That one on DeGrom's curveball. 3 in total were on his curveball, including his last one against Meckler. He went to his curveball 15% of the time tonight, guys. The only time he went to it more was his start on May 22nd, also against the Angels, when he threw it 17% of the time. His average for the season is 6%. So, guys, for whatever reason, the Angels have been really good against DeGrom this year, but DeGrom has a lot of confidence in that pitch when he's throwing against them.
Well, it's definitely an adjustment that he made, and it worked out for him tonight. The standard insurance call the bullpen. Cole Winn in.
It's a ground ball in the first pitch. And Duran throws out Soler, 1 away. Now you get a ground ball. He ruined that bat.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Great ratio. See if he can keep that up. He gets low here. Two ball game. And Win. This is with a ball here. So much for that ratio. Pitches to outs. It's fun while it lasted, though. Fouled away, 1-1.
It could still happen, though, as long as the Angels don't make eye contact anymore with Cole Winn. He doesn't have to throw any more pitches, and we can get all 3.
That's a really good point. 1-1.
Well, 4.
Yeah. I'd never thought of that. But that is a tricky way where you could, so in other words, you could throw a perfect game in less than 27 pitches today. I mean, it could happen.
Team really doesn't want to face that pitcher.
Yeah.
They refuse to get in the box.
Little ground ball here to second base. And Lowe is turned back. So Wynn gets a couple of ground ball outs. Nicely done. And we have time for Spectrum.
Spectrum Internet, the most reliable internet you can count on.
Joe Adell is the hitter. Well, Wynn jumping ahead here with a strike. There have been times where he's come out in that first inning's been really good. You gonna swing on that? No. 1-1. And then he'll come back out for another inning, and that's where sometimes things will happen, things that he doesn't want to happen. Here's a swing and a fly ball. Short right field. Nemo on the dead sprint in, and he gets to it to make the catch. Adell retired an 8-pitch, 6th inning for Cole Wynn. Well, young right-hander, a guy we root for. And always great to see him have a little success like that. A 1-2-3, 6th inning in a 2-2 game. Is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. Well, opening game of this series, Jake Berger leading it off in the 6th inning, and he just does send that one foul. Strike 1. Bottom of the 6th, 2-2. We'll see, this one maybe decided in injury time. Or penalty kicks, we never know.
Do you ever think, like, after 11 innings we'll have a home run derby to decide games?
Yeah, I wonder what the equivalent, I guess that's probably what it would be like, right? If penalty kicks be a home run derby.
Last year in the All-Star game?
Yeah. People like that, right? I thought that, didn't that?
Yeah, I think people liked it. I would not like it for a regular season game.
All right, what about just a World Series game?
There's
a swing and a miss. And 1-2 the count on Berger. You don't think that would be a good way to do it?
That would be a very bad way. Can you imagine, though, if you lost a division by a game or two and it was because you were bad at home run derby after 11 innings?
Yeah, that'd be pretty awful. Berger takes outside. 2-2. NFL game goes to like a punt, pass, and kick contest instead of overtime. Soriano's kept the pitch count in check. And he runs the count full on Berger. So, I mean, he's got room to go a little bit longer here. He's mixed in a couple of short innings. And that is strike 3 called. Berger goes down looking, and it looked like he was caught there for a moment on whether or not he wanted to challenge.
Yeah, not sure. The very close pitch. And it's a little bit below the zone.
The hand movements are awesome. I do love that. Here's Nimmo. And he swings and misses at strike 1. So Soriano has allowed, what, 2 hits? It's funny, we talked about the command issues for Soriano coming in. Now, those have kind of derailed his season a little bit the last dozen starts. And indeed, the command today caused him trouble. 2 walks. And then he yielded a hit that brought both those walks in.
If he was, and he's only 27, if he were to ever be able to cut down the walks, he had 49 walks in 100 innings coming in. If he could have 100 innings pitched in 33 walks, which is about average for a starting pitcher, he would be Cy Young material.
A little bit up there, 1-2. Well, 6 starts into the season, 7 starts into the season. It almost looked like the Cy Young was decided that he was going to have it. Breaking ball fouled away. But it's a long season, man. It is a tough grind for guys.
Especially as a pitcher, to keep the same rhythm and timing every 5th day.
1-2. Runs inside. Rangers hits have come out of the 8th and 9th spots in the lineup. Nimmo batting cleanup today. He's grounded out and struck out. Like the first 5 hitters in the lineup today are 0 for the night. And the only one who got on was Berger when he was hit by a pitch. And there's a swing and a miss by Nimmo. He strikes out.
Well, the knuckle curve has been a very good pitch for Soriano tonight. The Rangers are trying their best to lay off of pitches below the zone, but once you get behind in the count, it becomes very tough.
We've seen it at times this year where the Rangers try and wait a guy out, a guy with command issues, and they kind of find themselves going the way they are tonight, where they're patient, so patient that the count gets deep and then they do end up chasing. Whereas we've seen other nights where they've just come out and been real aggressive against pitchers and have a lot of success. The numbers before the game just told you, though, just take your time. Soriano will give in. He will give you runners. So they went with that. The hits haven't come. The 2-0. There's a swing and a miss. Angels have 2 runs on 5 hits. The Rangers have 2 runs on 2 hits. Bouncer, third base, and that's foul. 2-2.
There's been 2 balls like that have been foul, but just barely, and Guzman's held on to both of them. I feel like most third basemen go ahead and throw the ball anyways, just in case. It's foul by a good 6 inches to a foot, but you know, a lot of third basemen, it's also kind of practice too. You're like, yeah, I'm going to get it and throw it to first there. But he's held on to it both times.
That's interesting. So 2-2 on Duran. Here it comes, and Zeke fouls it away. I guess, you know, maybe Guzman just has that much, I don't know, confidence in his arm, right? So I can take a little extra time. I'll rocket it over there.
And also confidence that the umpire is going to call it foul.
Yeah, well, that, yeah, maybe he's getting a really good loud indication from Walsh. It's fouled off. But you're right. I mean, you could catch yourself a little flat-footed, right? Thinking you think it's foul. You don't hear foul.
Yeah.
And well, better let it go. Zeke's worked the at-bat a little bit. 7th pitch here from Soriano, and we'll see an 8th.
Well, I guess the good news is with the Angels bullpen working, that this will probably be Soriano's last inning.
Yeah. So Sato loosening in the pen for the Angels. Here comes a 2-2, and that is turned foul. Oh, good job here by Zeke.
Yeah. He's part of the reason that Maybe this is his last batter. That'll be a decision for Suzuki to make, is does he want Soriano facing Carter, or does he want his lefty facing a righty off the bench?
2-2, and that is low to short, and a great leaping catch by Neto. And it completes a 1-2-3 6th inning.
Soriano has been on top of his game, and he uses his defense here. Zach Neto leaping up, touching backboard to end the 6th inning. We're still tied up at 2.
Thursday, first pitch, 7:05 p.m. You get your tickets at Rangers.com. You see Mike Trout pictured on the left of your screen there, and indications that he may be activated tomorrow by the Angels. Meanwhile, Standard Insurance called to the bullpen. Rangers dip into the pen first. Chris Martin is on, and he goes to work. Strike 1 to Peraza. The Arlington native taking over for DeGrom, and there's a swing and a bouncer up the middle, and that one is through into center field, a base hit.
Peraza with the big leadoff hit here late in the game. See how the Angels play this. Do they sacrifice? Do they just go ahead and swing away?
And Meckler, the 8th place hitter. Rangers feeling like that might be in the cards here, as they had the corners in. And the first pitch to Meckler is way up. Tyler Alexander, the left-hander, getting ready in the bullpen, and that is high. 2-0. Rangers came into play a game and a half back of Seattle today in the West. Rangers also holding the 3rd wild card. Runner going, throw down to second, and not in time. Peraza's 10th stolen base. Man, Diaz got rid of that in a hurry.
This was a huge jump, and give Meckler a lot of credit. He saw it out of the corner of his eye and then immediately took. That was really good baseball from the Angels. Great jump, and Meckler saw it and then put the bat on the shoulder and said, I'm letting him get to second for free.
Strike 3-1 to Meckler. Angels 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. That hit was by Josh Lowe in the 1st inning. That's when the Angels got their 2 runs tonight. That one lined into left field. That's a base hit. Peraza around 3rd. He'll score on the single by Meckler, and the Angels have retaken the lead. It's 3-2.
Well, this is a nice job by Meckler, getting a 4-seam fastball belt high away and hitting the ball hard into left field. The leadoff hit, getting behind in the count, 3-0. Hurts Martin and helps the Angels.
Cole Winn had the perfect 6th inning. Martin in the 7th inning. Back-to-back hits, the stolen base in there. And the tie game is no more. Logan O'Hoppe, the batter, 1 for 2. And he swings and bounces at 3rd base. Duran goes to second for the 1-out. Smith on to first in time to complete the double play. There you go. 5-4-3 twin killing. That cleans the bases.
Nice double play here. Call that the Gallo trade double play.
Boy, that is amazing. Duran and Smith both coming the Rangers' way from New York in that Gallo deal. And now Neto swings through strike one. Too bad Glenn Otto wasn't pitching.
Was it 3 or 4 guys at the Rangers?
4.
I just can't remember the.
Yeah, there was one who was much more the prospect variety. And Chris Martin needing some medical attention out on the mound. Jacob Newbern, athletic trainer, out there along with Skip Schumacher. See that gesture with the arm by Martin that looked like it might have been an issue. Trevor Hauver was the other player in that deal. We ended up seeing Hauver, did we not? Maybe it was just in spring training. There's a swing, and that one is hit sharply foul. 0-2.
Well, I wonder how many scouts are at this game. Do scouts still go to major league games? Because the Angels are a team teams are going to try to pluck away players from.
Of course, they just removed their general manager, Perry Manassian, on June 26th. So what was that? Not even 2 weeks ago. John Mozeliak has taken over on an interim basis. 0-2, and that's fouled back. And you would figure, to your point, that they would be active in the trade market, and somebody has to oversee that. Mozeliak will for the time being, but I think part of his presence with the organization is trying to find the next general manager. The 0-2, that's inside.
Well, I saw that the interim general manager was asked if he was going to trade Mike Trout specifically to Philadelphia, and the answer was no.
No, with an exclamation point. That one bounced up to the plate. 2-2 on Neto. So Martin apparently okay after the medical visit. But he will deliver a 7th pitch to Neto, and he fouls this one off again. A big right-hander, 40 years old. Wasn't clear that he was going to come back for another year this year. Got to the offseason and felt like there was more in the tank. 2-2 pitch, and that's fouled back.
Trying to get out of this inning with only 1 run and give the Rangers a chance to just tie it up with 1 swing of the bat, or get a guy on and take the lead with 1 swing of the bat.
A very critical spot. 2-2 pitch. Neto pops it up. First base side, and Berger makes the play right. St. Arnold Lawnmower, a beer for everyone. And yeah, looking forward to Rangers game day this week. You can expect another edition of Beyond the Box Score. Elvis is the game host, and then Dot Race
Dose? The second dot race between Sandler and Elvis?
Hold on, rewind. Dot rate Dose.
He turned into Bassick there.
What the hell? Somebody's got to make that a little more clear. You're just throwing random words in there from other languages. Okay? Well, fair enough. 1-1. Foscue pinch hitting. So Justin Foscue in the game with Saucedo taking over on the mound. So Rangers get into that Angels pin, and Foscue fouls that one back. .341 average against the lefties. The Rangers, so one thing that Skip Schumacher's talked about a little bit is they've got to get better at pinch hitting. It's a tough job, but they have not had a lot of success with pinch hitters. Foscue sends that foul down the line. I don't know exactly what you can do to improve that per se. And really, pinch hit numbers are traditionally quite low for everybody.
Well, especially if you think of Foscue, first-round pick. Most of his minor leagues, I'm going to assume, he starts.
Yeah.
He rarely probably comes in the 6th through 8th inning to pinch hit. So this is a brand new thing he's learning to do in the major leagues.
Yeah, very difficult. 1-2. And that's off the plate. Well, Taylor Saucedo, 33-year-old left-hander, just recalled prior to Sunday's game. This is 3rd call-up with the team this year. And he misses badly there. Full count.
Well, you'd love to see the Rangers answer here in the 7th. Angels got the leadoff guy on by a hit. Foscue, base hitter, ball 4 here.
3-2 pitch. And he swings and drives that one out to left, and it is gone. Not a pinch hit, it's a pinch homer. 6th home run of the year for Foscue. And he's tied this game in the 7th inning.
Well, he has been a valuable weapon for the Rangers against left-handed pitching. He works the count to a full count and then hits a rocket line drive at 111. That could not have had much of a launch angle.
And now Osuna watches strike one. Foscue pumped up. Boy, that's a big swing.
Straight line drive with just enough carry. He's good at touching first without looking at it too. I've noticed that a few times on his homers. So he's looking at the dugout.
1-2 on Alejandro. That was an 8-pitch at bat, yielding that home run. 1-2, and Alejandro chases strike 3.
The launch angle on that homer was 19 degrees.
It's hard to do.
Yeah. What do you think Freeman's saying there?
And I'd love to know. 1-0. And that's off the plate, ball 2. Diaz batting with 1 out here in a tie game, 7th inning. And this ball's hit hard through the left side of the infield. Diaz is on. The Rangers have taken some pretty good swings here.
Yeah, Saucedo got Osuna lefty on lefty, but against the righties, two very hard hit balls. And Dave, it's the bottom of the order that's providing the offense. As this is about to possibly turn over in this inning, the Rangers have to get something from the top of the order.
I see Cam Colley. He has just been announced. He'll hit for Nicky Lopez. Well, opportunity knocks. Rangers going to the bench for a second pinch hitter this inning. The first one, Foscue homered.
Are you surprised at all that they're not bringing in a righty here?
I'm intrigued, especially after the two swings we've seen by the right-handed hitters.
I'm assuming this. He's keeping Saucedo in because he has Peterson and Smith.
Yeah, I guess it has to be the explanation. Colley fouls that one away. Even that swing says to me that right-handers are seeing it. Mentioned Saucedo just recently recalled for the third time this year. One strike pitch, and Colley takes in. Very quiet take. Colley 2 for 14 in his brief stint here with the team. Made his major league debut just over a week ago, last Monday in Cleveland, at that triple. One and two.
No, that's one Colley would like to have back and not swing at.
Rangers rallying in this 7th inning, and I don't know if it's in any way related. There was a little movement afoot during the 7th inning stretch. Deep down the left field line, the tarp's off. Has gained momentum. They filled a whole section out there. Inside, 2 and 2. And as they continue to grow their following and make more and more noise out there, the Rangers have scored the 1 run to tie it. Have the go-ahead run on now.
Started with 4 rows.
Yeah. And I mean, very quickly filled up. 2-2. Colley pops it up, short right field, and going out for it, Peraza makes the catch. 2 gone. Jock Peterson coming up. Peterson has never faced Saucedo in a regular season game. Kind of interesting to me, given that Saucedo's been around a little bit. That one's in the dirt. Oh, left on left here. Jock's 0 for 3 today. One-0. That's fouled off.
I've been surprised how Peterson, coming from Arizona, we were told, kind of never hits against lefties, but he hasn't been bad against lefties. He draws walks, he makes them work.
Yeah, I mean, he gives a good at bat. And like you say, I mean, I think that's the one thing that has probably happened with the most consistency for him, is that he's drawn the walks. Oh, he runs away from the plate there. 2 and 2.
And Peterson will do things that I don't completely understand in certain situations, but he's a very good hitter.
It's outside. Full count. Jock has a higher OPS against lefties than he does righties. Sort of funny. This year anyway. OPS against lefties this year 841. Against righties it's 801. Runner going. Check swing, or was it? Nope, he went. And that's a strikeout to win the 7th inning. So the Rangers have tied it up. Justin Foscue pinch hitting, 8th pitch of the at bat to open the inning, and he hit a line shot over the wall. And it's a 3-3 game.
Chevy under the hood. We look at a couple of rookies making an impact in the Rangers bullpen so far. A 2.87 ERA for Peyton Gray, a 3.20 ERA for Gavin Collier, and very good at the inherited runners not scoring. 1 for 18 against those two guys combined. Clean inning here for Peyton Gray is our standard insurance call of the bullpen.
Well, he gets a 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the 8th. He's been elevated to some high leverage spots. Now Duran moved from shortstop, or rather third base, to shortstop. Smith moves over to third base from second. Colley comes into the game in center field, and Foscue is the new second baseman. Hopefully they didn't go too quickly. You're able to get your scorebook all up to date. 1 and 2 on Shonowell. Shonowell, Guzman, and Soler this inning. What a wild journey this year for Peyton Gray. One-two pitch. That's low.
He has used that fastball changeup combination to make his way to the big leagues at an older age.
30-year-old rookie, man.
Made an impact.
And he has worked his way into some big spots now. And there's a bouncer left side of the infield. Smith couldn't get it. And around first, Shonowell, he'll hold with a leadoff single. So the lead man on for a second inning in a row.
Well, this is bad luck. Gray gets a ground ball, but with the shift on, Smith hits it with his glove, and give Osuna a lot of credit hustling and getting the ball to second base. This was the scary part. After it was hit by Smith, I thought, oh no, this is going to be a double. But Osuna hustled to it and got it in quickly.
First pitch a little bit up here to Guzman. This young man 1 for 3 today. And Gray can't get him to chase that slider. 2-0. No room for error tonight. There's a strike, and no challenge from Guzman.
Well, this one looked below the zone. This has been a little bit of the open area. That was maybe, let's say, the lowest pitch called a strike.
There's a strike, 2-2. Shonowell at first base. Not a real threat to be running. Gray with a long hold, and it's 2-2. A swing and a miss. There's that changeup. And the veteran rookie, the older rookie, strikes out the younger one.
Well, great job here in keeping it away. What Gray does so awesome is he's able to throw that changeup away to righties and away to lefties on both sides of the plate. That is not easy to do.
There's a swing and a bouncer foul by Soler. Well, the Angels come to town. They've lost 6 straight. They've fallen 11 games back of Seattle. They have the worst record in the league. But they swept the Rangers in 3 games earlier this year in Anaheim, and they have been a handful again here tonight. It's outside. There you see the standings now. Seattle starts a road trip tonight. They're on the road as far away from Seattle as they can be on this road trip. They have 3 in Miami and then 3 in Tampa. Miami, certainly a very dangerous team. They have become one of the most difficult teams in baseball, and the Marlins just moments ago finished out a win over the Mariners. 6-5. Play to the right side, so it's going to be interesting how the Mariners handle that. You see the Marlins 50 and 42. 8 games over 500.
Their 2 guys up the middle are getting national praise lately.
Yeah, they've got some really interesting young players. There's strike 3 called on the fastball, and Soler immediately challenged. So an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and that is going to stay a strike. Soler out number 2.
Ends up being a great pitch. And after the leadoff hit, Peyton Gray comes back with 2 strikeouts, looking for a big 3rd out.
All right, low now. He'll take downstairs. 8th inning in a 3-3 game. Well, had a big RBI single in the first. Last 2 times up, he has hit a ground ball to second base. It's low. Well, the Tarps-Off group has doubled since we last checked in with him. They've taken over 2 sections now. I just hope they're having fun. That's my primary concern. The 2-1, and there's a swing and a miss.
Well, you don't have to take the tarps off, but I'd love for you to stand up and cheer if you're here right now for this big pitch.
Follow the leader. Those guys know what they're doing. 2-2. And that's low.
Berger yelling at Gray to make sure he knows I'm not holding on the runner anymore.
Shotwell will be on the move with 2 outs. Full count. Timeout. Low. Wanted a moment to reset. Peyton Gray, one of the really great stories in this first half for the Rangers. There was a runner. The 3-2 pitch popped up near the mound. Gray is underneath it. He should get out of the way. Smith takes control, and that ends the inning. How How about it? Shirts off. And this group in full throat behind Peyton Gray, the 30-year-old rookie, a scoreless 8th inning, keeps it a tie game in Arlington. Pretty awesome night so far. 3-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers maybe in a great opportunity here. 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up this inning. Smith, Berger, Nemo against the second reliever of the night for the Angels, Sam Bachman. And it's 0-2. 26-year-old right-hander making his 33rd appearance. He's gone 5 straight outings without surrendering a run. Smith fouls him off and keeps the at-bat going. Two-strike pitch. And Smith again manages to stay alive. That one is shot right over short into left field, a base hit. Lead man on to the 8th inning for the Rangers.
Really good battle from Josh Smith. Gets the breaking ball down, hits it off the end of the bat, catches it just enough to get it into the outfield and give the Rangers that go-ahead run on base.
Well, he's on for Jake Berger, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch earlier. And swings right through strike one. Rangers having a tough time, though, with runners on base today. Just 1 for 8 with men on. Okay, then keep an eye on Smith, who does have a couple of steals. 3 runs, 8 hits for the Angels. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Rangers. Berger flips that to the right side, foul. Oh, and 2. There's a bouncer up the middle. Neto with a behind the back flip, and he missed his target. So Smith is safe at second. Berger reaches.
In the 8th inning, in a tie game, I don't like what Neto did. I like it for the Rangers, but I just don't think doing backhanded flips is the right decision right here. It would have been spectacular if he would have completed it, but that's a risky play in a tie game in the 8th inning.
They scored a hit. Would he have had time to get Berger?
I believe so.
I think he would have. Here's the other piece of that to me. Here's a challenge.
Catcher's challenging, ball call.
Called a ball to Nemo, an ABS challenge here by O'Hoppe. ABS challenges powered by T-Mobile. Oh, here it comes. Yep, that was a strike. With that flip, the behind the back flip, if they got the out at second, even a perfect flip, I don't think they turn the double play.
Probably not.
So it kind of begs the question, what's the point? Obviously, you'd rather have the guy at second out. 1-1 the count. Anyway, it's mentioned earlier, Neto's had a bumpy half defensively. It was a hit. It'll go as an error, but probably not the right play. 1-1. That one fouled off O'Hoppe and got him hard. He took one the other day off the face mask, and they were concerned that he would maybe even have to go to the concussion IL. He's taken some really direct hits recently.
What worries me here is Nimmo's reaction, that he might have heard something, because Nimmo's swinging the bat, but this doesn't look good.
No, these guys, look, they get hit a lot and hard, and they are tough dudes. When you see a guy go down like this, well, that was painful for O'Hoppe. Oh. Gonna have to give him a minute here.
See here.
Oh, mommy.
Squared him up.
I don't know if I read that perfectly, but something about when you do that to me. Oh, man.
Well, in today's game, I guess you're even a little bit more open to that happening.
Yeah, all right. That stance. Boy, oh boy, it's all fun and games until somebody takes one in the no-no zone. That is not fun. Nimmo waiting on a 1-2 now. Smith at second, Berger at first. Back to action. Bouncer, first base. That's a deep one, and a race to first, and it's won by Bachman. Well, there was a moment there where that looked like that could have gotten away from the Angels as well. Both runners advance. So 2-minute scoring position with one out now.
Well, with 2 strikes, this is a great job by Nimmo, putting the ball in play, hustling down the line. And now the Rangers have the go-ahead run. Third base.
Fly ball here would break the tie. Infield is in. Duran the batter, and Bachman steps away. Single by Smith. Infield hit by Berger. And Duran chases strike 1. Zeke 0 for 3 today.
It's so easy to say here because there's an adrenaline rush. You want to help win the game, but you have to be patient and let the pitcher come to you.
Well, the Rangers are 1 for 6 today with runners in scoring position. It's been a struggle, a problem, a question even. How can the Rangers fix that tonight? Schumacher says, I have the solution.
Okay, here he is. I'm throwing a chase slider here.
0-2. And that is lined into left field, a base hit. Smith is in. Berger stopped at third, and Duran has done it again. Provides the answer. The Rangers take a 4-3 lead in the 8th.
Well, with 2 strikes, Duran gets a hanging breaking ball right down the middle, and he stays back and drills it into left field. Great job by Rags here, holding up Berger with only 1 out.
So on the corners, 1 away. Foscue, the hitter. And he takes a strike. You'll remember it was the top of the 7th inning. The Angels scratched out that run. Wade Meckler bringing a run home to make it 3-2. And then we went to the 7th inning stretch. The gentlemen down the left field line started taking off their shirts, making a little noise out there. And the movement gained momentum. Rangers scored a run to tie it. They got through the scoreless 8th inning. Now they've scored another run to take a lead. Thank you for your service, fellas. Oh, 2. Bouncer, left side. That one's through. Base hit. Foscue delivers another big hit. He had the game-tying homer in the 7th. Now adds an insurance run in the 8th. 5-3.
Well, Foscue's figuring out this coming in and pitch hitting thing. Hard ground ball. And just far enough away from Guzman to get the base hit.
What a night for Foscue, 2 for 2. Well, our old friend Mike Maddox out there talking over with Bachman. The Rangers have 4 hits this inning. 3 of the 4 hits have come on 0-2 counts.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and Nimmo moving the guys from first and second to second and third with 2 strikes.
Just really, really good back-to-ball inning for the Rangers. Bachman, of course, feeling the pressure. Rangers up 5-3. It looks like Latz loosening in the bullpen. Their all-star closer. And there he is. There's a swing. That's hit well. Deep out to right. Gone! Alejandro Osuna! His first home run of the year. A 3-run rocket.
Couple Ranger fans get the ball, and the tarps off movement has worked. Osuna down and in. Drops the bell. Finishes the swing. And might have finished the Angels tonight.
A 5-run inning. And now a swing and a pop up into right. And Adele makes the catch, 2 away. Well, the alley oxen free. Everybody running. Gets it over the fence. Rangers with an 8-3 lead. Now what do you do though with Latz? Sit him down?
When was the last time he pitched? First game against Detroit?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd pitch him tonight. Well, they are warming up.
Yeah, Alexander, I think.
Okay.
He was warming up earlier.
Just a matter of can he get ready in time.
Colley pinch hit in the 7th inning and then stayed in the game in center. And he takes the ball 1-1.
6, 7, 8, 9 in the lineup.
Chop straight down.
Just looking at my book here. A lot of positives down there.
Big night. There are times when this Rangers lineup really flexes its length. Not its power, but its ability to just keep piling at bats on them. And 5 hits in the inning, including that 3-run homer by Osuna. Foskew's big at bat though in the 7th inning, man. That was a pivot point tonight. Bouncer left side. And that one gets through. Cauley is on. And you see some of the struggles for the Angels again.
Guzman has looked unsure at third base on multiple plays, and right here he's cutting across, and that's Guzman's ball. He should not be backing off of that. Look where Guzman's going, right to first base. You do not pull your glove on if you're the third baseman. You cut across and make that play.
Calls Suzuki out there to take the baseball, and you can see a little frustrated as he heads out there. Bachman, not a lot of help. Rangers leading at 8-3. Suter coming in out of the pen. How about that? 8-3, Rangers on top. As an avalanche of runs in this 8th inning, and Brent Suter, 36-year-old lefty, has made his way to the mound.
4.59 ERA in his 33 games this year.
Kyle Higashioka bats here for Peterson. Ooh, and he swings right through. Strike 2. That's very high. Ball and 2 strikes. By the way, they gave Cauley a base hit on that ground ball to short.
Well, I wonder if you kind of have to when the third baseman pulls his glove away and then puts Neto in a tough position. Because really, to me, you just don't give it, but the error's on the third baseman. But when he pulls his glove, I don't know if he can.
There's a ball into left field. That's down base hit. Cauley stops at second on the Higashioka pinch hit single. The Rangers been doing it in the pinch today, and we've got a moment here for Standard Insurance.
I like to save money, and I know you do too. You deserve to pay less. In just a few minutes, see how much you can save. Make that call today.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
Well, second time this inning now. Josh Smith comes to the plate. And he foul one off.
Dave, did you see this inning coming?
I did not. To be honest with you, did not see a 5-run inning. Thought they might score. Certainly after they got the first 2 men on, you felt pretty good. Tie game, maybe take the lead in the 8th, get the ball to Latz. Wonderful formula. But 5 runs across already. They have 2 more men out there.
You know, I look at a game like this, and I'm not saying it's just this at bat, but remember Duran battling in the 6th inning and having a long at bat, and that ended the night for Soriano. He had a 3 up, 3 down inning. But from that point, the Rangers have crushed the Angels bullpen.
Yeah, Suter strikes out Smith, and that ends the inning. How about that inning, though? Ezekiel Duran, he had the big RBI single. Foscue drives in his 2nd of the night. Oh, Youngson free, everybody's running. A 3-run shot for Osuna, his 1st homer of the year. 5 runs in the 8th for the Rangers. They're 3 outs away. Well, 6 runs in their last 2 at-bats. Now have an 8-3 lead to the 9th, opening this series against the Angels. Need 3 more outs here, and they'll look to Tyler Alexander to get them.
2.43 ERA on the year. He has done everything in this first half for the Texas Rangers out of the bullpen.
First half, heck, he's done it in the last week. Closed some games, started a game. Trying to finish this one off now, and gets that first pitch in there for a strike. One strike offering, and Joe Adell takes downstairs. So Adell leads it off. He has a hit today in 3 tries. Alexander is the 4th reliever today, back of Jacob deGrom. There's a ball smashed up the middle. That's a base hit. So Angels have a man aboard. And here comes Peraza. Maybe Alexander can get a ground ball. Rangers have not played well in the division, so it would really be nice just to start this homestand off, or start to, I guess, the second half of this homestand off with a win here. You get the Angels and Astros before the break.
Yeah, this is a big last 6 games up to the All-Star break. I think I saw where, is it in the American League or is it in all of baseball, where the Rangers have the 3rd worst in division record?
No, I would bet that's all of baseball. 1 and 2. Was a time, it wasn't all that long ago, where I think they had the worst. Well, Peraza waiting on a 1-2 pitch, and he fouls that one away.
Well, Dave, it's only in the American League. The Tigers are 9-16 and the Red Sox are 10-17.
Okay. Another foul ball.
I guess I would assume a team like the Rockies or somebody like that might have a tough division record in the West and the National
Well,
League.
that's a fair point, right? The West could be pretty grueling. The Padres have run into a lot of trouble recently. 1-2, and that's low and in. I just want Alexander to go after these guys a little bit with a 5-run lead in the 9th. Another foul ball.
Well, this is part of the job, no excuses, but just think about Tyler Alexander in the bullpen. It's a tie game, then it becomes a 1-run lead. Jacob Latz is warming up, 2-run lead, Jacob Latz is still warming up, and then the big homer happens and they call and say, we want you in the game. Sometimes it is a little bit tough to turn it back on. Does that make sense? Because
Sure.
you've kind of turned it off thinking, man, this has been a close game. They didn't use me. We've just taken the lead. Latz is going in to close it. And then they say, no, you're going in the game.
Ninth pitch of this at bat. And a swing and a miss. Alexander gets Peraza. That's a heck of a battle by Peraza. But a big strikeout for Tyler.
It ends up going with the changeup and keeps it on the plate to get Peraza to chase.
All right, with 1 out, Jose Siri will hit from Meckler.
I think you just turned on a whole bunch of people's devices.
And I would apologize for that. Siri watches a strike. 0-1. Alexander to the plate, and it's downstairs. So the Angels in danger of dropping their 7th straight game. Fouled away. The Rangers, by the way, if they can hold on and get this win officially in the books, then they would be a half game back of Seattle. Seattle's lost earlier today in Miami. And looking ahead to tomorrow with Mackenzie Gore on the mound. Series stays alive. Let's see, the starter tomorrow for the Angels. I don't think we've ever seen. Maybe we have. Walbert Urena.
Doesn't
ring a bell.
Yeah.
That's low and away. I did see, though, in his last outing, I think he took a no-hitter into the 6th inning. So it could be kind of an intriguing one for us to see.
Well, they must have lost that game.
Yeah. By the way, it'll be a 2nd start this year against the Rangers, so we did see him.
My excuse is I wasn't on that trip to LA.
Okay. Very quick to cover your tracks there.
I always like taking the blame and then throwing it somewhere else.
Yeah, we've become accustomed to that. Three and 2 on Siri. Alexander strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks. He's had to work a little bit this inning, but 2 strikeouts now, and he's 1 more out.
Well, nice cutter diving in on Siri. Siri, give me a strikeout.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Siri, finish this game.
Yeah. Here's Logan O'Hoppe. And he watches one inside.
Not so hoppy after that foul ball Nimmo hit.
Notice he jackknifed his hips way back on that inside fastball. He wasn't hanging around there too long. Two and 0 the count. Rangers pitching tonight. Let's face it, it started with DeGrom and the 7 strikeouts in his 5 innings, but they've struck out 11 Angels. That's a fly ball center field. And pretty well struck, but Cauley gets back there and he makes the catch, and this one is over. Rangers take the opener from the Angels. First one of the year against the Angels. 8-3 the final.
Well, great job coming back in the 2nd inning, and then the 7th and 8th, the offensive explosion led by Foscue in the 7th, and then everybody joined the party in the 8th.
It's a fun party. So the Rangers' big win to start this series, and it pulls them to a half game of Seattle, who lost earlier tonight out on the East Coast. Meanwhile, the Angels stay 11 out in last place with the worst record in the league. All right, Rangers winners 8-3. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up for you here in just a moment.